and you pulled that whole train. You pulled that whole train, man.
Full part of it.
Yeah, and you know what? If I was you, I could die happy tonight.
But it's never as good as we want it to be, is it?
Well, hey, opening night. After a preview with a standing ovation.
Yep.
You had them up out of their seats again tonight.
Yep.
Is this how you expected Cyrano to be?
Yes and no. I mean, I wasn't sure how people would react because I never know, right? I mean, unless something's really popular. I mean, I didn't know what people would think of it. I also didn't know how much of it would stay when I walked out, but it seemed to have gone okay. Yeah.
You nailed the final scene like it belonged to you.
Thank you.
Does any one part of this place belong to you more than another, or is it the whole Cyrano?
I think the part that I can most readily identify with is the part is I mean I do Act 4 really, when he's there and there's work to be done and there's a very clear objective, keep the troops in line and all that stuff. I really like. I am not necessarily that way in life, but it was very clear. It was very I quite like that. Act 5, what I liked about it is that it gave a real challenge because it's because you can't just sink into him dying, right? Like, he's got to keep moving forward. The whole thing is a fight to keep moving forward, right, until he can't fight anymore, which I think is what makes it engaging. So, yeah, I'd say those two bits.
So it's a physical piece, and it's a cerebral piece for your part. Getting the command of all that, you put it together tonight. So, big effort to keep it, get it, build it, shape it.
Yeah, and to keep it, I mean, it's a big effort to have those two elements blend, right? Because I mean, you don't want it to be a sword fight and then a lot of standing and talking, which is my great fear. I think there are some moments that can be more specific that aren't, that can be more connected with what I'm doing with the other actors on stage, and that gives it more energy and makes it more vibrant. It makes it more dynamic. Then it's all uphill from here. I think we've got a lot to, maybe not all. I mean tomorrow's Thursday, but I think I think there's a lot of room to grow with it.
Now, compared to a bunch of theater that's happening in this area, this is a high-end piece. And listening to the response of the people out in the lobby that have seen this, they're talking that they have just seen a very intellectual piece and a classic piece at that. Mm-hmm. Do you think we get enough of that around here, or?
It's hard to say. I mean, the classical stuff, I don't know that there's a lot of. Let me think before I answer this. I don't want to say there isn't any, and then somebody reminds me about all the people who do it. There's a lot of Shakespeare that happens, but some of the other things that we might think of as classic stories don't get done often, partly because they're big. Like, this is a big cast, it's a big show, and companies don't necessarily always have the money to produce them. So yeah, I think having something like this is a treat. I'd have come to see it. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's certainly the response I heard out in the hallway. And that, Zach, now you brought in a lot. You brought in a lot right off the top.
I'll be right back.
Right off the top, you give the audience a nice big laugh. Right off the bat, with you're the pompous actor. You nailed that.
But I was going for sincere.
You beat me to it.
What? Seriously?
But
what are you saying?
So, they picked the right guy for the spot. you got the audience into this classical humor, as it was. This turned out to be a classical piece tonight. But there was a lot of the comedy in that, and even as a cadet, you had your sections where you're making the house laugh again. Are you finding, compared to a bunch of the comedy that you have done in the past, in this context, in a very serious production like Cyrano, is it hard to re-aim, or?
No, because you never try and play the laugh, right? You just try and stay true to the moment and how it and the text and how it. Oh, like that, for example. Are you okay?
That was a good bit of fight stage combat. Wow.
I just killed my cast member.
It's okay. He's got an understudy, don't
So
you?
this is the real death scene for Cyrano de Bergerac.
I've got an understudy already.
So you try and stay true to the moment, and it just plays. You don't force it. You don't try and do anything with it. You just play it as truthfully as you can, and everything comes out in the wash. Hopefully.
Yeah, lovely show.
Oh, thank you.
Wonderful show.
Yeah.
And
Good swashbuckling
yeah, there was a
by the man behind the camera.
all over the floor. Yeah. Okay, thanks, Zach. Thank you very
John.
much.